Hey guys, how are you? It's been a while since we've talked. How's your mom? How are the kids, the dogs, the cat? I'm very excited to be filming today because I haven't filmed in what seems like such a long time and I just really miss it. As you can see, I am in a different location that I've never filmed in. I moved back to my old house, so this is my old room that I grew up in from 7th to senior year. I painted it white. I'm actually doing a series on me redecorating my room because I really want to create the room I've always wanted to make. Yeah, anyways, today I'm going to be showing you guys my new and updated makeup routine because I've changed some things around. I have a very particular way of doing my everyday makeup now. So I just wanted to take you guys through that and show you guys what I do. First things first, I didn't wash my face last night, which is really bad. So first thing I'm going to do is take the remaining makeup that I have from last night, which is usually a step that I don't do, but I just have to do it right now. I'm just gonna take this off. The makeup wipes that I use personally are the Kirkland ones, the Daily Facial Towelettes. They have they have micellar water in them, which I think is really cool. At one point I used micellar water on its own and it works really well. I really like it. It's gentle, non-irritating, and it's actually pretty hydrating too, which I really like, especially if you have really dry skin like I do. And I just find that these towelettes have just worked the best for me. They're not as dry. They're Kirkland brand. I got them at Costco and I've had the box for a really long time. They last a long time, and I actually use these at night to take my makeup off before washing my face. By the way, I would say that this makeup routine for me lasts the most probably 20 minutes. Before I start my makeup, I always like to put a little bit of lip balm on to moisturize my lips while I'm doing makeup, so that way at the end if I want to apply a lip pencil or anything, it can easily glide on and my lips don't be dry, because I be having some dry lips. So good, I really do. This is a Burt's Bees original. Are you focusing? Hello? What I've noticed about this one, the original one in particular, is it kind of burns. I'm not sure if it has peppermint. It has peppermint oil. I wouldn't say it burns. It's a cooling sensation. Now that I have my lips moisturized, I'm gonna start on my, what I would say, morning skincare routine. Since I usually do my makeup in the morning right when I wake up and get ready for the day, I prep my skin with my morning skincare. I'm gonna take you through that really quick. I acknowledge also that I don't have the best skin. I've always kind of struggled with that. So if you're looking at this advice and being why is she giving me skincare advice when her skin doesn't look good? I totally understand, and you can totally skip to the makeup part. I'm just gonna prep my skin with some toner. I use Nana's Essential. She's a local business. I've talked about her on her channel and her products on here before, and I just really love her products. I've noticed a big difference in my skin once I started using her product, and this is her Rose Toner. So now that I'm drenched in this, I'm just gonna let it dry. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit of my eye right here. I am 8 minutes into filming and still haven't put one single piece of makeup product on. Now that the toner is dry, I'm gonna take this again from Nana's Essential. I whistled really loud. From Nana's Essential. It says massage oil on the bottle, but it's basically a rose oil. So I'm just gonna take some in my hand and I'm just gonna put it on my skin. Because I'm so dry, I feel like applying this oil just really helps hydrate and not have my skin look so flaky underneath my makeup. I like to apply it on my neck as well too. I just drag it up because I heard that if you apply your skincare on your neck upward, it will decrease how much wrinkles you get. I don't know how true that is, but I'm gonna take it and run with it. I have a little bit of peach fuzz on the top of my lips, so I guess I'll just show you guys how I do that too. I just take these little razor tools things that you can get at Target. I think that's where I got mine. I just take these and I'm just gonna gently shave downward, and I don't do that every day. I really only do that when I see any hair growth. Next step I do right before my makeup. This is the last step in my skincare routine. This is again, Nana's Essential. It's a cocoa and shea butter moisturizer. It has vitamin E in it, lanolin, and it also has SPF 10. My skin is basically prepped and ready to go. First thing I start with is concealer. I use the Fit Me concealer in the shade 15 or light. You can find this really anywhere. I'm kind of gonna map out first all my things and then I'm gonna blend, so bear with me. I'm gonna look kind of crazy. I'm gonna take this right underneath my eye, kind of in the inner corner, and I'm gonna kind of bring it down my nose, kind of snatch that nose up. Then from here I'm gonna leave a gap, and I'm gonna now take the product and kind of drag it up the side of my eye. So I'm basically gonna start at the end of my eye and drag it upward. And I would say for that I wouldn't recommend a lot of product. I just use kind of a little bit, the remaining of what I have. Now I'm gonna take a little bit in the middle of my eyebrows. So now I'm gonna take the wand and I'm gonna gonna make a line going underneath my cheekbone. And the remaining I have on my brush, I'm just gonna dab on my chin because I do have some acne there, kind of around my mouth. So that's my concealer. I look crazy right now, I know. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my cream contour stick. This is just the Fit Me contour stick in the shade 330, so Toffee. You know, people usually say contour underneath your cheekbone with a contour. In my case, I put it a little bit on the actual cheekbone to create an even more lifted effect. I'm gonna take my stick, I'm gonna make a line literally on top of my cheekbone, and it's gonna go right above the concealer that you added. The next step is I'm going to take the concealer and I'm gonna make a line from my eyebrow to my hairline, parallel the line that you drew underneath with the concealer, but I'm not letting them touch. I'm leaving a gap. You can't even see my mouth. It looks like no one's talking. It looks like a voiceover. Okay, and then from here I'm just gonna do little lines on my hairline like you would regularly do with contour. So just like little lines. Now that I have shape shifted, I'm gonna take my dry beauty blender. I'm gonna blend out my concealer first with the tip of my beauty blender. I'm gonna take the bottom flat side of the beauty blender and I'm gonna use that to blend my contour. When it comes to this step, I would recommend you blend the product upward rather than downward. We want a pretty harsh line and we want the product to be distributed on top of our cheekbone rather than dragging it down to create a more lifted effect. I feel like because I'm doing a tutorial right now, I have like this like teacher teaching voice and I don't know why it's coming out that way. I feel like I can never blend enough. I just feel like blending just makes the biggest difference. I'm gonna continue on to my blush. The blush that I use, I mentioned on my channel before, it's the Milk Cream blush and I really like the color Werk. I'm gonna dab it on top of my cheekbone. I'm gonna start here, like literally on the apple of my cheek, and I kind of do like a swiping up kind of motion as I'm patting. Now that I blended my blush out with my finger, I'm gonna take this bronzer from Milani. I've literally had this for years and it's like literally just respawning over and over again. Like I haven't bought another one. It looks like I haven't even used it. I don't know how close to the pan I am, but it looks like I could have this for like another 10 years. But anyways, I'm gonna lightly dab the bronzer with a little eyeshadow brush. This is a Hello Kitty brush my sister gave me a really long time ago. I'm just gonna distribute it through my entire lip. Now I'm gonna dab again into the pan very lightly, just the tip of it, and I'm gonna use this as my nose contour. So I usually like to start at the very end right here and kind of just make a little line on the side of the bridge, start dragging it up, and then I like to put the product on the other side right away so that you have product on both sides, and then you just start blending the product in. I like to take it all the way up to the brow and all the way down to create a very snatched nose. Next thing I do is I'm going to take my highlighter. The highlighter I use is by the brand Flush and it's in the color Twitch. I'm going to take like the edge of the product and I'm going to place a highlight like literally on top of my cheekbone where that light catches. Then I'm going to take it and dab it on the end of my nose. I'm just going to take the end of this one so it's kind of like pointy. I'm going to grab the product and I'm going to put it on my inner corner. And for my inner corner, I kind of like to make a little triangle, but I like to dab it on the inner corner and kind of swipe it towards the eye. Then I'm going to grab some more and put it underneath my brow. So now I'm going to blend the highlighter with my fingers. I'm going to set my face with the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. Just going to lightly dab some product on my brush. I'm going to tap it onto my face. My next step is my brows. I just take this I Love Revolution Tasty Avocado Brow Gel. And the way I use this is I brush all my hairs kind of in an upward sideway motion. So now I have my brows brushed up and to the side. The last step I do is my mascara. My absolute favorite mascara, the Lash Sensational by Maybelline. And the way that I use my mascara is different than I used to. So I learned this technique probably on TikTok or YouTube. It was somewhere online. I first put it in the inner and then as I get to the outside, I want to sweep it outward. So I'm kind of, instead of going straight up, I'm going out kind of diagonal. And as you can kind of tell, like it's creating a little wing effect. So again, side diagonal motion. So as you can see, it created this illusion to where it looks like my eyelashes are lifted and it looks like I'm wearing false lashes. And after that, I'm basically done. If I really want to, I'll finish it off with a lip and I'll show you the lip that I like to use. If I want to add a lip, I'll usually just take this lip pencil by Paladillo. So I just line my lips with it. Then on the inside, I'll use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Sugar High. I just dab and kind of mix those two together. That's just like for an extra oomph if I want it. If not, I'll just keep the chapstick. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions about any of the products I use or my routine in general, please feel free to comment them below or DM me on Instagram at Oceana. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe if you're not, and yeah, bye.